Hello children, today we are doing the third supplementary lesson, The Journey to the End of Earth by Tishani Doshi, who belongs to Madras. Okay. So she went on this particular trip to Antarctica along with some students on a Russian vessel called Academic Shokalsky. Okay. So let us have a look at the lesson and try to understand what are the main things that she is talking about in this lesson. So in this lesson, Tishani Doshi went on this particular program called Students on Ice, which was arranged by Jeff Green, a Canadian, and he took the students to Antarctica, to the South Pole, on the vessel called Shokalsky. Academic Shokalsky, because it was supposed to be an educational tour. Okay. So the question also is asked why Jeff Green preferred to take the students, and the main reason was that he wanted them to show the present condition of Antarctica and the changes due to global warming and the threat that human beings are causing due to the pollution and global warming to the whole human civilization and the world. And he wanted them to have a first-hand experience, opportunity of a first-hand experience, because they are at an age where they can, absorb, they can learn, and most importantly, they can act on it. And that's why he preferred to take students rather than the celebrities or the retired people who have money. Okay, but the students are different because they have the idealism to save the world, and above all, they have the energy to act. So that's why he liked to take the students, and he also thought students are the future policy makers, so they can actually make a difference to this world, because each day can make a difference. That is also the main question, and that is what we have we need to understand about this Students on Ice program arranged by Geoff Green. Okay, so Tishani Doshi had joined the youngsters. Now we need to understand कि when Tishani Doshi first set her foot on Antarctica, so her first feeling was of relief, because she had traveled so much. She had crossed 9 zones because she has reached the Antarctica, which is on the South Pole. For that, from Madras, she had crossed 9 zones and so 3 water bodies and 9 time zones, okay, and 3 water bodies. And after different kind of journeys she had taken, and finally the journey on the ship had taken her to the Antarctica. So the first feeling was of relief, and then profound wonder. Profound wonder at the silence, profound wonder at the vastness, and the profound wonder at the whiteness and the chilling temperatures, which were difficult for her to manage. Because she was a sun-loving South Indian. Okay, so all these things she experienced, and she was speechless. Then she talks about the past. Okay, so Antarctica, one more question important is why Antarctica is the correct place to study past, present and future of Earth. Okay, so in past, Antarctica was a part of a huge supercontinent called Gondwana. The Gondwana was a supercontinent near around Antarctica, and at that time humans had not arrived. The climate here at Antarctica on Gondwana was warmer, and there was variety of flora and fauna. and this thrived for 500 million years. Humans were not there at that time. Human race is just 12,000 years old. So, at that time, there was a variety of flora and fauna, there were dinosaurs, okay. But then came the age of mammals, and along with the age of mammals and with the arrival of human beings and what they did in a short time. So what happened? The Gondwana supercontinent broke into separate countries, and South America drifted to join North America, and it opened the direct passage to create a cold circumpolar current, keeping the Antarctica at the bottom of the world and cold and frigid. Okay, so that is how it was. So before so many years, when Gondwana was there were the Antarctica was warm, and there was life on Antarctica, and so that's why below the ice sheets there are so many records of so many carbon records of the flora and fauna and the dinosaurs and other creatures. Are all trapped under the ice sheets of Antarctica. So you can get, because humans have still not much disturbed this area, so you can still find, if you search for it, you can get the carbon records of millions of years old. Presently, also you can see the avalanches and the big avalanches and the collapsing ice shelves because of the global warming. Even the temperatures at Antarctica are getting warmer, and as a result, the ice sheets are now collapsing. Okay, so you come to know that the global warming is real. So that's why she is saying it also tells us about the threat that is going to be there in the future, as the whole earth may be full of water if the ice melts on the poles. So that is one thing. That's why it is a place to study all the three periods, that is past, present and the future. Okay, because the climate change has caused the avalanches here, and there are otherwise very huge ice sheets that you can see here. Okay, then she goes on to tell about Antarctica. Though it feels like a giant ping pong ball devoid of humans, no human beings live here. There are no trees, no buildings, no billboards, no advertisements, just 90% of Earth's total ice volumes. So there's a sense of loss of time, and there are tiny to huge things that you get to see, that like the macroscopic creatures or the plants to the mighty icebergs. There are huge icebergs as big as countries. The recent one recorded is as big as Belgium, and there is 24-hour austral summer light. So for 6 months there is a day, na? So that's why there is austral summer light, and there is silence only broken by avalanches. So now she comes to the ruckus that the human beings have caused due to the global warming. Our human civilization is only 12,000 years old, but we have harmed our planet in short time, dominating the nature. Because of the increase in population and pollution, the temperatures have also risen. So the depletion of ozone layer and the climate change makes her think that is the end of the world near, and are we going to get wiped out just like the dinosaurs? So these all things are coming to her mind. Okay, then she goes on to tell you about what all things are there that she can see presently at Antarctica. So, Antarctica ice sheets hold half a million year old carbon records trapped in the layers of ice when it was warm, when there was life, when there were dinosaurs. So that's why this is a place to study the past, present, and future. Okay. The simple ecosystem there makes you understand how climate changes can have huge effects, because you are able to see how the ice is melting and the icebergs are falling apart. So that tells you that the threat is real. The threat of global warming is real. Okay. And there are microscopic single-celled phytoplankton. So these are seagrass, single-cell seagrass, and this single-cell seagrass, uh, they make food because of the photosynthesis process using the sun rays, and as a result of that, the whole marine life depends on them, and eventually who depend on the marine life? The birds and so on. So the ecosystems are connected to each other, and if one is harmed, then slowly it will affect the whole world. That is for sure. That she is able to see, and with the depletion of ozone layer, surely the macroscopic plant, that is the one which is using sun rays, phytoplankton, is also at risk with the depletion in the, or we can say with the holes in the ozone layer. So that harmful rays are not good. Okay. So that is what, when you go to Antarctica, it teaches you to take care of small things. So when you take care of small things, big things will automatically fall in place. This is what the question is also asked. So here you have to write this only about the uh, microscopic single-celled phytoplankton. Such small single-celled plant also, is a very important part of the ecosystem. And if one chain is broken, and the whole that effect is going to be on the whole world. So that we need to understand. And if you take care of small things, big things will automatically be taken care of. Then the last part she tells about the walk on the ocean. So Shokalski was in between the ice sheet of peninsula and the tadpole island, and it could not go any further. So in a way it got trapped, and so the captain asked them to get down, and he decided to turn back towards north, go back again. So everyone was told to climb down on the gangplank and walk on the ocean which is frozen. Okay. So total 52 of them were there, wearing glares, sunglasses and all. So whatever, clothes suitable for that chilling climate, all those things they were wearing, and they walked on the unending 1 meter thick white ice pack. Now below this unending white ice pack was 180 meter of living, breathing salt water. There were creatures, still some creatures live there. So the marine life was there below the white sheet. That's why she's saying there was living, breathing salt water. They could see the crab eater seals as shown in the picture. The crab eater seals were sunning themselves on the icebergs. So they were resting on the icebergs. And the whole movement was really very very different and enchanting, full of silence and full of wonder. Just like the stray dogs, here they could see the seals. Okay, the crab eater seals. That means the crabs might be around. Okay. So that is how the students on ice program got over, and she came back and she had to again cross 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 water bodies, and many ecosphere to leave her, to reach her uh, native place, that is Madras. And after coming back, she still wondered what would happen if again Antarctica became a warm place. What will happen if the whole ice melts? We are surely going to, die, right? So, if that kind of increase in the water levels and that kind of flooding will occur in the globe, then what will happen? Our existence will be at threat. So she asked, would we all be gone like the dinosaurs and the mammoths and the woolly rhinos? But then she has hope, because with her the teenagers are also back and they have the idealism to save the earth, and they have seen and they have understood and they are going to be the future policy makers. So they have learned, absorbed, and they are ready to act, and they are the hope that she is having. So otherwise we are actually at threat and the world would come to an end. So that is the lesson she has taken on this student of ice program by Geoff Green. Okay, we're going to stop here and I'm going to attach the PDF with the question answers. Okay, so you have to prepare the question answers that are given behind the chapter. Thank you so much.